I have some very exciting news to start the week. Yesterday, I went and picked up my finished windows with newly installed double glazed glass. And you know what that means. I can make their steel frames for them and cut out more container sections to install them. I've already installed 6 frames, but these 4 are bigger and better. And once I've installed them, I can move on to doors. I got steel from a different place this time, and this is just from it being on the trailer when it started to rain. Okay, so I've finally just finished cutting all those steel angles for the frames, and I've popped them around the frames to make sure they definitely fit. All spot on first go, so a pat on the back. And I forgot to tell you, but this morning I was actually moving those container wall panels. Because I need the space cleared so that I can install windows and a bifold door there. So the entire front of the container pretty much is getting removed. But one thing at a time. So first I need to do these steel frames. What I'm going to do is, now that I know they're correct around those frames, I'm going to make them one by one and check them off as I go around each frame, just to make sure they're definitely perfect. And I will probably end up doing that a few times throughout the process, just checking that they are right. But it is worth it because I have installed my other ones and they all fit, and it is a fantastic feeling. And the days are getting nicer. Spring is definitely here and I am looking forward to summer so much. Still quite on the chilly side, but wow, way better than last year when it was still freezing and raining and grey and cloudy. Anywho, I'm going to get the welder out. I'm going to get onto tack welding. I am under suspicion that the welder is going to break any day now, but I'm just hoping that because there's not actually that much welding left, that it lasts for the whole build. That'd be lovely. It is windy. I also forgot I need to smooth down the steel angle as well with the grinder before I weld it all together. Bummer. They're all tack welded together, and I fully welded together one and smoothed it down and sprayed it. They are looking spot on too this time. Like the first ones were pretty good, but these ones are just, those joints are beautiful. I've also just realized, because I keep like switching out helmets, and this happens to all my helmets, and I never really clicked on why, but can you see the head shape? I don't know if you can see, but it's like an oval, but it's like going this way more. That is because I was vacuumed out at birth. I was already like extremely late, later than you'd ever allow it to be today, and I still didn't want to come out. My mum tells it like the doctor that delivered me, it was like a rainy day, which is crazy because it always rains on my birthday as well, which is insane. And it isn't really even like a rainy month, but it always rains on my birthday. He came in with like big, apparently like gum boots on, you know, like welly boots, and to deliver me, and he couldn't get me out, so he tried to like put the tong things on me, and I still wouldn't come out, so he like got his legs up apparently on the side of the bed and like tried to pull, but I still wouldn't come out. And so they put the little like suction thing on my head or something and sucked me out. Apparently I just really wasn't ready to come out. It means my head's a strange shape, and it's always been that way, and I don't really notice the much things except things like this, and also sunglasses. Sunglasses, yeah, don't really work on my face. And also when I got braces, he was telling me too that my teeth will always just change back how to originally they are, because my face isn't proportioned how it's meant to be or something. It's too long because of the suction. So fun facts. Oh my gosh, these frames are so much heavier. I'm gonna have to get the crane in soon into here, because I don't know if I'll be able to install these frames, like just standing by myself like I did with the other frames, so I might need it. But also for the windows. I'm definitely going to need it for the windows to install them, because there is no way I can lift up those windows by myself and put them into the frames. And that's a wrap on the steel frames. They're the last ones I need for my windows. But the massive doors will be made out of SHS steel because it's thicker and stronger for those big openings. So yeah, my last window steel frames out of steel angles. I'm going to get some rest because tomorrow is going to be a huge day, hopefully a nice day too. And I'm moving on to the next stage. Do you remember a month back when Reolink sent me the first 4K 4G light camera with 360-degree view, the Go Ranger PT? And I installed it in my garden to capture the culprits who have been eating all of my plants. Because it has animal recognition and detection and no glow IR LED, so it can capture sharp nighttime footage without disturbing the wildlife. This is only possible because it has a SIM on a 4G light network, so it can go anywhere at any time with no Wi-Fi required. And it has various storage options like a micro SD card, the Reolink Cloud, or an FTP server. So you can store all the incredible footage you capture locally. Installation is a breeze and the simplest home security system that I've ever installed. I just picked a high vantage point in the garden and then just screwed the camera and the solar panel in. I've actually been so shocked with the solar panel because there's a lot of shade cover and trees in the garden, but it still manages to stay powered. I actually have a few other Reolink cameras around the property that have managed to capture so many gorgeous little critters going about their day. And since they're powered with a 6-watt solar panel, I have uninterrupted power 24/7. The Go Ranger PT is pretty special though, with its 360-degree view and pan and tilt features so that I can observe the wildlife from every angle. It even has both video or photo mode, so you can capture a series of photos consecutively or record up to 5 minutes of footage. But it also has a fancy new feature called the location marker, which means I can mark where animals appear on the map using the Reolink app. Just like this little guy that I captured and marked when I first installed it. All right, are you ready to check out what my Reolink Go Ranger PT has captured in my garden in the last month? So I didn't exactly capture any animals red-handed in my garden eating the plants, or really that many animals at all. But with winter being the season that's just gone, the plants actually haven't got their leaves back yet. So I would say that's probably why I didn't get to capture any animals. So when my plants start to bloom again, I will keep an eye out for all the little critters that like to eat them and hopefully capture the culprit once and for all. But I'm thinking until then, I might move it to the dam area to capture all the cute little duckies that I know have definitely been swimming in the dam. What I didn't expect to see though was these guys. If you want to grab your own Reolink camera or home security system, there's a link below in my description. Morning, good morning, good morning. Today I need to spend the morning collecting some xanthorrhea resin. Well, not the whole morning, it doesn't take very long. I actually might have some left over from last time as well, which would be very handy. But I am hoping for some springier days moving forward so I can make some new additions to the house because there's some exciting things going to happen very soon. And speaking about exciting things, you remember me talking about the bifold doors that I want at the front of my house. I have been looking for them forever, since I decided I wanted bifold doors at the front, because they are very expensive to get new or made or anything like that. I have been looking on Marketplace, and the other day I just got this weird feeling that I had to go on, and when I went on like very recently, maybe a couple hours before, there was bifold doors posted and I was like, no way, no way. And they were absolutely perfect, like beautiful. I think it's 5 to 6 meters of bifold doors and timber and just gorgeous. So obviously I messaged him straight away, and I want to say the biggest shout out and thanks to him, his name's Locke, because I got them, he held them for me, and I couldn't go up straight away. I couldn't even end up going up myself. So I'm really grateful because yeah, they're really amazing. They're definitely not in fantastic condition and there's gonna have to be a lot of work that I do on them, but that is pretty typical on my build, and they're definitely not the worst condition thing that I've ever got off Marketplace. Shed is a different timber, so it's not Jarrah, which the rest of the doors and windows are, but it is teak wood. I'm hoping I can kind of get the stain to a similar color. But also teak wood is what they use like on with boats and stuff like that. So it's fantastic for exterior, fantastic. So that is a very good part of it. I've got 2 massive windows that I've just made the steel frames for, and I'll be varnishing and finishing up today that are going right next to it. So This house is about to start taking shape for sure. Let's go collect some xantharia resin so that I can make my homemade varnish. If you haven't seen that before, I make my own homemade varnish from all these grass trees, or they're called xantharias. They have resin on them, and I use that and crush it up, grind it up in a grinder, add methylated spirits, and it turns into a beautiful waterproof, termite resistant varnish that looks gorgeous on Jarrah. I'm not a huge fan of it on other woods like lighter woods, but on Jarrah, beautiful. I'm just getting all the little pieces first that I don't have to crush with the rock, because some of these bigger pieces I just need to crush up first before I put it in this grinder, so it's not too much for the grinder to handle. It smells so good. Varnish is all completed, so I'm going to get these all laid down to do them, because these ones are a bit big, so they don't really stand up by themselves, so I can't really stand them up and do them. So I'll do one side, flip it, and do the other. I'm just a bit worried because it's not a very sunny day that they're not going to dry as fast, which would suck, but you never know, they dried really quickly last time, so hopefully it's not that long. And then I can hopefully do another coat today, I'm really hopeful for, and then I'll have to do a third one tomorrow. We'll give them a final coat once they're in and once the house is closer to being completed. What I do is I pop on this glove first to just protect my hand, and then I'm going to try using these cotton gloves so that I can use them instead of a cloth, basically, because I use a cloth to get all the varnish in. I start with a paintbrush and get that all into the corners, and then use a cloth. Oh! That works fantastic. Okay, so I'm one frame down. I still have to do the bottom part of it, but it's not much. And I'm just kind of taping up the glass so that I don't get any of the varnish on that as well. But it's actually drying really quickly, which is really good. And looking bloody gorgeous like it does. I love this varnish so much on Jarrah. I'm gonna do the 3 other Jarrah windows first, and then I'm going to try it on the pine one last and see what happens. Because it's definitely gonna be different. I'm just wondering how different. And the gloves, working so good, so good. And it's not just frames I have to varnish this time. I have all my casements back as well. So that means I need to varnish all those too. Okay, so I finished doing those 3 Jarrah ones and oh my gosh, they are looking so stunning. I've only got a tiny bit of varnish left. So I'm gonna try that on the pine one, see what happens. And then I can determine what I'm gonna do with that pine window, and I also need to make some more varnish for not only the second coat, but also the casements. Moment of truth, what is this going to look like on the pine? I don't think it's gonna be good, but let's have a look. Oh, hang on a second. I did think it would be bright red because I've put this on something before and it's been bright red, although I do think it started as orange and then changed to bright red. So I feel like I shouldn't put it on all of it and wait to see if it changes. Maybe I might put on a little bit more and then see what happens. But that is looking dark at the moment for sure. It's definitely not looking orange, which is a great sign. Because maybe I just need to give it like double the amount of coats or something as the other one. Maybe like add a light brown varnish or something, I'm not sure. That has been a really good surprise. I am going to leave it, see if it changes, but I might be able to actually cover it all with it. Leave it to the end of the day and see if it's changed anymore, and if it hasn't gone like a brighter colour, then I might cover it completely and then see what I can do from there. It wouldn't be too hard to sand off now that it's all beautifully sanded and stuff in just one coat, so even if it turned out terrible, when I come in tomorrow, I could take it off pretty easy. And this isn't a window that's got curves, because there's so many that have all these little intricate curves and stuff in them. I am going to move on to the casements while we wait for this one to dry and see if it changes colour. First up, let's make some more varnish.
Golden days, drifting far away. Light is leaving town. Colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time. Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time.
Okay, over 15 casements done, but I still have to do the bottom side. My frames though are completely dry, so I'm going to turn those over and do the bottom sides. And then I also think I'm gonna do the pine one completely because it's still quite a dark color. It's gone a little bit more orange, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. So there's a possibility that if I just add the right brown over it maybe, that it will turn into a similar colour as the Jarrah ones.
Summer nights, watch them go by as we fight off the cold. Holding you tight, you know just what I'm thinking. I don't want this moment to go. No, I don't want this moment to go.
It's all done. Definitely gonna have to try add something to it or start again with a different coloured varnish. Figure this out for sure. because this ain't it. This is not it. I'm going to flip the casements over, do the last side of those, and that means everything will have its first coat, and then I can move on to the second coat.
Darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time will wait. So just rest your head upon my shoulder, nothing in our way. It's colder, but the day's not over yet.
And that's a wrap. All the windows, all the casements have 2 coats of varnish on. I am going to do a 3rd one tomorrow. So, can you guess what the next stage is? Got to get them installed. So bloody excited, because after that, doors go in. I'm pretty sure basically all that's left to do of the grinding and welding and stuff, well, there'll be like, I know there'll be little bits and pieces here and there, but big jobs wise, I'm pretty sure it's just like doors and getting up into the 2nd story, which I haven't even thought about tackling yet, because I'm gonna have to cut into the floor, which just seems like an absolute nightmare. Like, I'm hoping it's way easier than I'm expecting it to be, but I'm expecting it to be really hard and really scary too, because like you're cutting into the floor, which I feel like is probably the most stable part of the whole container. So yeah, it's worrying. We can start doing things that, you know, I can't do while I still have to grind and weld, like get in the actual windows, you know, because I don't want to damage them. I don't want to damage the glass. I don't want to damage the timber. So yeah, I'm just waiting until all the grinding, because you've seen how much sparks are involved in that, and obviously all the welding too is completed. When I say there's probably going to be other little things here and there, I'm doing cool little things like having a laundry chute. So that's going to kind of be like on the outside of the container. So that will involve, you know, cutting a section of the container, not very big, like a tiny square type thing. And there will be a couple other things too. I won't do too many spoilers just yet. That is yet to come, and it is quite exciting. It has been fantastic spending time with you. These windows are beautiful. I'll see you next week to cut them all out.